Hey guys, happy Wednesday. I told you guys I'd give you an update when I had one, and I guess I have one. So first I want to say I'm not going to go today to Limestone County because I decided that going over the weekend is going to be a lot better due to the fact that I don't have to worry about work, I don't really have to worry about kids, and the only thing I have planned this weekend is Dayton's football game on Saturday. Dayton's sleeping out this weekend, Sage is sleeping out this weekend, so I have like plenty of time. And on top of it, I got a rental car for like 25 bucks for the whole weekend because of my points. So now you guys are probably like, why would you get a rental car? You live that close. Because looks are everything. And if I'm going to play reporter, I'm not going to go in a 2010 Kia Soul, even though I love my car and I've got it brand new. But it's still 9 years old. Where if I rent a 2019 car, you kind of give the look of more success. And I rented like top of the line, the best car you can get, like not like convertible or anything, but I forgot what they're called. Intermediate, and then you have the top one. So I rented a top one, full size. So I think it looks more presentable. Maybe people will be a little more less hesitant to talk to me. So that's why I got a car. And for the price, like who could beat it? So I decided that it was better off to go this weekend. I also want to say, I know my mouth looks really big. It's the Invisaligns that do that. So even like you see me swallow a lot, that's why. So the updates are, this is what's happening. So I did reach out to a couple of people, a couple of family members via internet. But because I'm local, I also see, local stuff of what's been said and what's been going on. So this is the latest. People that said that he was a bit off, may have been a psychopath, you were probably right. Mental issues. The thing was, it wasn't drugs from what everyone can tell, from what we know so far. Now, could it be drugs? Absolutely, because one thing they're saying is that he changed a lot over the last year. So really, what could make a kid change a lot? Sometimes it could be drugs. Now, here's the thing, though. Now, I'm not a licensed psychologist, but I really don't think it takes a licensed psychologist to figure out that you need to talk to your kids. And I don't think that it takes a brain surgeon to realize that if your kid is burning live animals, probably a good time to get them help. I don't know why the parents didn't. Now, one of the other things the kid did was vandalize his school, broke into his school and vandalized it. I can live with that. Because a lot of kids do that. High school kids do that. Football kids do that. That's not so out of the ordinary for I wouldn't even say a troubled kid. But just, it could be a prankster. It could be an initiation thing. It could be a lot of things. So that to me isn't the biggest sign. Burning live animals, that's a pretty big clue. They didn't say if he was into video games or anything like that, but the parents decided, now check this out. Again, probably not the best time to do what they did. But while this kid is not doing so well over the last year, they decided that this was probably a really good time to tell the kid that the stepmom that I guess he's known his whole life wasn't his real mom. I would say probably not the best time to say that. Just saying, why the fuck would you tell the kid this while he's acting out? Did they think maybe he was going to straighten out after that? I don't know. To me, really, really fucking dumb. But they did. And a week later, they're all dead. So at least it gets into his mind a little why he killed his brothers and sisters, because they weren't his real brother and sister, so fuck it, I might as well kill them. That to me is pretty logical, a way a 14-year-old would think. Why nobody could stop him, why he didn't reach out to anybody, probably felt all alone, probably felt confused, probably felt like, why didn't my mom want me? All these things. But if you combine that with what could be the makings of a psychopath, you're probably going to have a murder. And I can't even imagine what was going through this kid's head. I really couldn't. Murdering all of them. I could see maybe your stepmom. I could see maybe your brothers and sisters. Your dad? Why his dad couldn't overpower him? Like, it's something. I can't even imagine what these people went through. Feeling left all alone, feeling like he had nobody. Now he really has nobody. But I would love to sit down and talk to this kid and find out what he was thinking. But one of the biggest things I want to find out is did this kid have an attorney sitting there? Did this kid have a lawyer with him? And that's what I keep reaching out about, because that's major. That is seriously important if this kid did not have an attorney. I don't care who you are. I don't care how guilty he is or anything. This is a 14-year-old child, and I can't find anywhere where an attorney was mentioned. And that's illegal. That broke his constitutional rights. Now, I'm not saying this kid should get out. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, going back to making a murderer, going back to other cases, there's a reason why the justice system is a justice system. There's a reason why we have the Constitution in place. There's a reason why you have to have an attorney. There's a reason why minors should never be questioned without an attorney. Even to the point that they gave him the gun. Like, there could be so much more to this case. Not saying he didn't do it, but there could be so much more to his mental psyche that a lawyer would be able to figure out or help him with without giving everything to the cops and maybe getting charged for capital punishment. So I'm taking that angle because honestly, I don't see anybody else doing it. And I think it's really fucking important. So, and again, don't get me wrong, I'm not advocating for the kid. The kid obviously did it. But can we say 100%? Can we see where his psyche is? Just because he did it, does that mean we take away a 14-year-old's rights? Because he obviously can't have a parent there, and that's by his own doing. But I just don't think that. I think the lawyer aspect is extremely important. It just solidifies what our justice system is about, and we need it. Like, every single minor should have an attorney present, regardless. And the cops know that, and the cops know better. So I'm kind of disheartened at the police. But let me go ahead and play the video that I got from local news. And bear with me.
Good evening, everyone.
What?
A family member...
Whoops. All right. And away we go.
Speaking only to WAFF 48 about a
Till I get a
14-year-old
hold of
now
her.
charged with killing his own parents and young siblings. The Elkmont teen called 911 last night around 11, claiming his family was shot and killed. Limestone County deputies say he later confessed to killing his father and stepmother. You're looking at them right now, John and Mary Sisk. He also confessed to killing their 3 younger children. WAFF 48's Jenna Ray talked with a family member who says just last week his parents told him Mary Sisk wasn't his biological mother. She says the warning signs were very clear and believes that was a turning point for the teen.
He didn't know any difference of who his mom was. His biological mom was Karina. They just recently told him. And I think that's really what triggered the little boy, to be honest with you.
Daisy McCarty is the teen's first cousin and John's biological niece. McCarty says he was a normal kid up until this past year.
Recently, they said he just started acting out. They said that he was burning animals alive. He broke into the school and vandalized the whole school.
The first cousin says she knows there's been problems at home and is confused why his parents didn't get help for him.
Now, let me say this. I understand that, you know, parents can't catch everything. But you're the first cousin. I don't think she lives there, though. I think she lives in another state. But you're the first cousin. Why didn't you reach out? And I know hindsight's 20/20, and believe me, I'm not blaming her in any which way, shape, or form. But I just feel like it wasn't just the parents that failed him. It was the family that failed him as well.
I think he's been having problems. And everybody, I don't know why everybody didn't just see it. Like, I don't know why they didn't just... That's what bothers me, because they seen it, but they didn't do anything about it, really.
McCarty says she believes the problem's built and finding out Mary wasn't his biological mom was a turning point. She says she doesn't blame the parents. However, she believes they could have had more conversations with the teen.
You know your children, and something wasn't being said from his part. Maybe they didn't talk to him enough. I think that they didn't talk to him enough to know what was really going on with him.
Reporting in Elkmont, Jenna Ray, WAFF 48 News.
The teen is currently being held in a juvenile detention center. Authorities tell us right now he's facing 5 charges for juvenile murder. There is a possibility he could be charged as an adult and would be looking at 5 counts of capital murder.
Now, one thing I did hear from local reports that he's either right in my backyard in Madison or he's in Tennessee. They're leaning towards Tennessee, but nobody has solidified where he is. But it would be interesting if he was right here in Madison, because I try and go talk to him.
We'll keep you updated on this developing story. Traumatic events like this one in Limestone County are difficult to process. It leaves people with more questions than answers, like what could trigger a person to cause harm to another human being, especially their family. Dr. Tanya Davis, a licensed professional counselor, says you have to pay attention to behaviors.
Some of the signs are very obvious, but having one sign or one symptom doesn't necessarily mean that the child has a disorder. So you're looking for a collection of symptoms.
And I agree with that, except burning animals is kind of a telltale sign. Just saying.
So you might see disruptions in sleep, disruptions in appetite, anxiety or irritability, or you might see all or nothing thinking, or a child who's being on the edge. And so those are some typical things that you might want to look for if you're a parent or a teacher.
Dr. Davis encourages parents, teachers, and guardians to ask more questions, and don't be ashamed of asking for help or seeking counseling. Our team spent the entire day keeping you up to date on this story, from Eric Graves covering the initial investigation overnight to Nolan Crane and Jenna Ray bringing you updates all day long. And we won't stop giving you the first alert.
See, to me, one of the problems I have with that psychiatrist or psychologist is you just pretty much explain most of my childhood, and I would never murder anybody or burn an animal or anything like that. But having disruptions in sleep could be hormones. I mean, the kid's 14. Having some of the things she said could just fall under just growing pains, being a teenager. But the one that sticks out to me is the burning of live animals. That's not normal by any which way, shape, or form. And that's not even a drug user. That's somebody that you really need to get to a psychiatrist. Just saying. So that's pretty much the update that I have. Like I said, I did reach out to that girl before I even saw this. I did reach out to a couple of family members, her mom, just to try to get an insight and really find out if there was an attorney or not. And that's the one thing I'm going to hone in on with the police when I see them on Friday is, did he have an attorney? So that's the angle I'm taking on this. And I think people will be more apt to talk to me because of that. Not the police, but I think neighbors and stuff. So that's what I have for you. Also, on my way home Friday night or Saturday, I'm going to stop in the neighborhood of the 16-year-old that killed his father because he didn't want to clean his room and shot his brother. I'm going to talk to those neighbors as well, and I'll bring you that story sometime before the weekend. I know I kind of touched on it tonight, but I'm going to upload this video here, and I'm also going to upload it on Perplex Talk Radio. Make sure you subscribe over there, because that's where I'm going to do a lot of up-to-date stuff. All right, so it is 12:37 a.m. I hope you guys have a fantastic night, or if you're overseas, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.